I really wanted this game to be good. I really want this game to be good. It's a fun game. It's got good music. It's got good graphics. I actually like the graphics. They're good when they're good, and when they're bad, it's really it's well stylized. I think I already said the music's good, but I will say it again because it is pretty exceptional. Um, the problem that I'm having with this game, though, is well, it wasn't supposed to release until 2024. And quite frankly, I'm going to say that even though the game is released and available, and they marketed it as an official launch, I'm going to say that this game is still on beta. And the reason for that is if you play the game, you notice the notices. Defect, 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 defect. Constant defects. There's still sparing? Spelling errors. Excuse me. Getting the hiccups. But yeah, there's a lot of spelling errors. Um, there's like explorations where you choose what are the things called after you beat the symbols? I'm drawing a blank, but those buffs. There's still ones in the Criterion or the Crisis dungeons, not the event, but they'll say like magic attack up and magic attack down in the same on the same buff. It's like, well, which one is it? It's filled with errors. Every event, more errors. People got locked out of their account for a week. No compensation whatsoever, even though it was developer error that they got locked out. They didn't extend any of the events for some an inexplicable reason. With most games that would have extended events. And to make matters worse, they had a insignificant error on a banner where you couldn't change the costume you wanted to pick, which I mean is not that insignificant. It's kind of annoying, but when I encountered that error, I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm just not going to draw." This isn't even the kicker. This isn't why what I'm about to say happened. But additionally, apparently on the notice it said something about like, oh, you can receive weapons for Sephiroth and Lucia. It was just not updated from the previous banner. It still said everything about the new weapons. It was the Aerith and Matt, I believe, banner. And it still accidentally said somewhere on the notice Sephiroth and Lucia from the previous banner or whatever. But on the banner itself, it showed Aerith, Matt in the rates. Everything about the banner was right, except for that inability to change the costume thing. Well, don't you know that they decided, well, we're going to compensate anybody that pulled on this banner for all of the crystals they spent on that banner. So they can't compensate people for locking when they lock people out of their account for a week, losing tons of progress, crystals, stamina, um, experience, all the stuff you lose from losing your account for a week. They can't compensate you for. But they went and compensated people 30 to 150 plus 1,000 plus. The lowest I've heard was 30,000 compensation crystals. The most I heard was 168,000 crystals. And that's just what I heard. They could have given away even more crystals than that. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, you're just mad you didn't spend any crystals, Mr. 121,000 crystals. You're just mad you didn't spend any. Damn right, damn right I'm mad I didn't spend any on that banner. Imagine me as a free-to-play who hasn't spent a single crystal yet. Imagine I decided, man, I'm going to all in on this thing, and I got compensated for over 100,000 crystals. I got all that stuff for free. The people that spent the 100,000 plus crystals, whatever amount of crystals, they keep everything. They kept everything they pulled, plus they got all the crystals back. So now they can pull, you know, for the next 5 banners for free. Imagine how much money this company lost by compensating all these people, especially whales, shitloads of crystals, but they can't compensate people for that they make an error and lock people out of their account for a week. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? So, look, clearly this game is being handled extremely poorly. The developers are fucking idiots. They're a joke. Square Enix, as a producer, is a fucking joke. The fact that they allow this shit is crazy. This game is being so mishandled that it's not even funny. Now, I'm hoping this is just because they're putting all their eggs in the Steam basket, and they're treating this game right now as a beta. And that's why I think this game is a beta. This is not a released game. This is a beta. No, considering, again, all the notices, all the errors, all the weird compensation, there's a lot of games that are open beta and then let you carry over your data into the main launch. And that's essentially what I think this is. This game is a beta right now. It is still a beta. It was not supposed to officially launch until 2024, and it is not going to officially launch until 2024, in my opinion, in my belief. When the Steam version launches, that's when they're going to treat this as an actual game. And it's just unfortunate. Like, nothing makes any fucking sense. To make matters worse, like, this isn't actually a bad thing in terms of how they're handling the game, or maybe it is. I'm not sure anymore. There's no second banner for the event. Let's switch back over. This event, there's no second banner. All they put up is sales. All they put up is bait for money. All they put up is whale bait. Notice it's all red crystals. Oh, we fucked up. We gave out hundreds of thousands of blue crystals. I'm assuming they didn't give away red crystals, but they gave away blue crystals. Oh, we fucked up. We gave away hundreds of thousands of blue crystals. We don't want people to, well, you know, how are we going to make money? Oh, I guess we have to make only paid banners from now on. Like, is that what's happening? I don't know. This is absolutely fucking absurd, though. That's all I gotta say. There's no second banner. It's the 27th now. Halloween is in a few days. It's in 4 days. Halloween's in a few days. There's no second part of the banner. I mean, there's the second part of the event already popped up. And where's Glenn's costume? You know? Like, do they plan... I hope they plan to just give this costume away for free or something. Like, hey, happy Halloween. Here's a costume on us. That would be great. You know what? If it's not a banner, fine, cool. You saved me the trauma to my crystal stack. I don't have to deal with that. But it's just so obnoxious it is just so obnoxious the way that they're handling this game and treating this game and everything that's wrong. Is because if it doesn't recover and they keep doing stupid stuff like this, even the fanboys, even the fangirls, even all the shill content creators that have nothing bad to say about this game ever, even though it's clearly being mishandled. This game right now, it's going down just like MFR, just like Marvel Future Revolution. I mean, it's almost the end of the month. We've got no news about new content coming out. We've got one story patch so far. Right now, that's all I'm in it for. I want news. I'm in it for the story experience. There's tons of Final Fantasy VII stuff to get through. They've barely done any Crisis Core. They should be pumping that stuff out and getting us through that. And they can nickel and dime us on the first soldier story because that's a new IP. That's like a new storyline. So they, infinite creativity. They can go for there. All they have to do is make sure it's canon and works into whatever storyline they got going on into Rebirth, Remake, fuckery, whatever. I don't know what it's called anymore, or the next one will be called. Whatever the whole thing will be called. But where's the story? Where's the story? Where are the rest of the characters? Like, we should, come on. Come on. We should already have new stuff. Where are the costumes for the characters that haven't gotten costumes? And half of the shit that they're putting out for all these characters is all nonsense. It's all fucking healer shit, buff shit, like whatever shit. It's all shit. There's been a few winners here and there, of course. I'm not mad that I didn't pull on them. I mean, like, you know, I want to see some stuff for characters I'm interested in building. I want to see some outfits I'm interested in wearing. So far, the only outfit that I have that I like. I mean, I like Zach's swim shorts. It's cool because it's like novelty. But Aerith's Chocobo outfit is my favorite outfit right now, and I don't even necessarily have interest in using Aerith as a main. I was thinking of trying to, you know what, maybe I will build Aerith as a main. I'll try to pull her Sun Umbrella via the wish list. But I noticed that Aerith bugs out a lot. I noticed it in co-op. I noticed it on streams. I noticed it when I used to have her in my party. She has a tendency to bug out during break stages, and do weird shit, and I just don't like it. I don't like that bug. Hopefully they can figure out what's causing that and fix it. But yeah, I just noticed that bug seems to orbit around Aerith, and I want nothing to do with that. So I'm trying to build other characters, and 75% of the banners, if not more, are Aerith banners. Everything's fucking Aerith. This game should just be called Final Fantasy VII Aerith Crisis. Because that's all like every fucking banner, every fucking event, it's all about Aerith. Now, like I said, I really like the Chocobo costume, but that's a costume that should have been available for everybody. You should have been able to put that on everybody. The only characters that they really would have had trouble animating that for, in my opinion, are Red 13 and Barret. And you know what? Hey, that's the way it is. But a costume like that, like a Halloween theme, something like that, I think, well, that's not even a Halloween theme. It's just Chocobo. Something like that, like a Chocobo or a Moogle like outfit, shit like that, should just be for everybody. Why not? Figure it out, devs. But yeah, I know everybody thinks I hate this game. I really looked forward to this game, and I wanted it to be good. And there's aspects of it that are really good, but the developers clearly don't know what they're doing. And this game was not ready to come out. It is undercooked as fuck. Way too many bugs. Way too many oversights, a really nonsensical event schedule and event lineup and banner schedule, multiple different reset times for different shit. Nothing makes any sense. They really need to streamline this shit going into the Steam version, because when they do get more players via the Steam version, if none of this is fixed, people are not going to like this. A lot of people, like the casuals, I know a lot of you out there to think like if you have been watching this far, you're still watching. I know like you're in love with this game and maybe you think I'm wrong about everything. But believe me, there are people out there that have already quit this game, that are quitting this game, that will never play this game because of some of the stuff that happens in this game. And that is a travesty. I want everybody to like this game. You know? I'm not going to get upset or mad if they try it and they don't. Um But yeah, I would like some of those people that are unwilling to try it because of some of the bullshit practices, the timers, the stamina, whatever. I would like them to be able to come in and not have to worry about that stuff and enjoy the game. I would like hardcore players to have content, but also casuals to have content as well, because these games can't just survive on hardcore players and streamers whose life is making content about the game and playing the game all day, every day, and making multiple accounts and stuff like that. Some people really only have a couple hours a day, and I'm not just talking about myself, because like I'm a little bit more than casual. I've got a lot more time on my days off. I don't do anything. I don't like going out. I don't like people. So on my days off, I put a lot of time into this shit. So I don't consider myself a full casual, but I see both sides. You know, I see both sides, and I've been full hardcore, and I'm somewhat casual now, so I see the perspective from a casual that only has a few hours every day. It's like, oh well, you know what? I'm falling too far behind. Like these events have just been scaling up in power perpetually, and like I can't even keep up, and I've been playing since launch. Like, granted, I haven't spent any of my crystals, but I've seen people that are not even free to play, that have spent some money, that are not that far ahead of me. So consider, like, imagine, like, somebody that just starts the game comes into these events. They have no hope of clearing these fights, especially if they're scaling up each and every time. Like, new players are going to come into this game in a month or two, and the fights are going to be 200k at the top of the event. And like, yeah, that's great for players that have played since launch. Maybe I don't know. Honestly, probably not even, because from what I've noticed, the fights are just above and beyond my reach. Like, and even if I spend the crystals, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna get the overboost that I need, or the right gear to finish some of these fights. So, like, it's as clear as day to me that these fights are staying scaled just above the reach of free to play players. And if they continue to scale this stuff up as the game goes, if they don't find like a spot, like a happy spot, where like casuals or new players have even a shred or a chance within the 2 weeks that they start the game, that they can power up to complete these fights, like, they're not going to retain players. that is especially important as a new player. When I jump into a new gacha, or for like a new to me gacha, not a new gacha, but a new to me gacha that's been out for a while, the first thing that I'm looking for is usually you join for a collaboration or event or release of a character, something like that. What I'm looking for is, can I get that character? Can I level up that character max to max level, get some decent gear for them, and can I complete the event? Because if I can't do that stuff, I'm just going to quit the game. There's no shot that I'm going to keep playing that game after that. And that's just the way it is. Like, they can have hard content and stuff for whales in the game without having these seasonal fun events. These events are supposed to be for fun. The hard part of this event is supposed to be the grind for the currency, not the actual top end of the fights. And I'm not even talking about just the EX for the icon. I'm struggling on this fight right here for this weapon still. You know, and, you know, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some polls or something. I don't know. And maybe like after farming Shiva weapons, I'll have enough power. I don't know. All I know is right now is I've been playing since launch, and I'm struggling to beat these fights with the way that they've been scaling up each time. A new player, it probably has no shot of finishing these weapons, and that feels really bad. And it's like I said, the difficulty in this should be in the grind, in the farm. You know, a new player should have a kind of difficult problem with this. Like, these fights, in my opinion, should be like 75, 100k max, like actual 100k. Not like this last one, which was 104k, but it was clearly overtuned for 104k. Took me, I was like 10, maybe 20k over to beat that. But yeah, some of these fights, that's another thing. The recommended power for these really does not do you justice, because you can get to that power with HP. They need to lower the scaling of how much power HP gives you. It's absurd. Because, yeah, you could just stack a bunch of HP and think like, oh, I'm 130k, but you're like 130k in fucking HP power, and you really can't do shit. Like, you have to have the elements, you have to have a certain amount of attack on your characters, you have to have the potency on your skills and your materia to be able to clear the amount of damage you need on certain ads or whatever, certain bars, charge bars, whatever, that you have to deplete. You guys know what I mean. If you've been playing the game long enough, if you're watching this, you're probably not the type of player I'm even talking about. But those type of players, the types of players that I'm talking about, the weak guys, the new guys, you know, the casuals, they need our help. They need hardcore players. They need whales. They need content creators. They need launch players to speak up and say, hey, some of this stuff is broken, is overtuned, you know, way too difficult, whatever. Like I said, it's okay that there's certain events that do scale up way higher for whales, and then having like permanent content that scales up for whales is not a problem. Having these pay to win, I'm not even gonna say it's pay to win anymore, but these events like this crisis event, yeah. I can't say it's pay to win, because people that just exploited that refund on crystals probably got so much power out of the deal, they're going to be the ones winning this event. Like, if there's any whales out there that didn't get to exploit that bug and that refund, ooh, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed. Yeah. I would probably charge back and just quit this game, but that's just me. I I would charge back, and if they ban me, I would quit the game. And if they don't ban me, I would rejoice in the fact that I got a refund, and I would never spend on this game again. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'm not endorsing doing that, but in most cases, I wouldn't endorse doing that. But considering the fact that a bunch of potential free players got hundreds of thousands of free crystals, I would 100% be charging back or refunding at this point. Um, but yeah, the company deserves it for how poorly they've been handling this stuff. And yeah, as a customer, like if you're a paying customer and a non-paying customer received 100,000 plus free crystals, I would absolutely be pissed. So I fully support anybody that did whale doing a chargeback. And hey, if they ban you, whatever. Like, you can start another account if you really want to play the game that bad. But in all honesty, there's other games out there that are going to be good. But yeah, you once this storyline is complete in this game, and it's you know, who gives a shit? Rebirth comes out, that's the real good stuff, right? So who's really going to keep playing this game after better games come out and the real game comes out? You know, probably not as many people. It's a mobile gotcha. Some people will keep playing this religiously for years, but sane people, smart people, they're going to move on after a few months. It's a fun time waster. I give it that. But unfortunately, like, I don't know if I'm going to survive for years. If I do, God have mercy on my soul. And my mental state, because clearly something's wrong with me if I stick around in this shit show for years. But I'm just hoping, I'm praying that the Steam, like I said, I think they're putting all their eggs in the Steam basket. I think this game officially comes out of beta on the Steam launch. If they don't iron out these reset discrepancies, disparities, whatever, if they don't like fix all the defects that are happening constantly, yeah, I think this game is probably going to go either into maintenance mode or it's going to end a service. I know people don't like hearing that, but it's really not a good look. All this shit that they got going on. It really isn't. And I don't think that they're treating the English version fairly, especially. I mean, they've already canceled. They're supposed to have a live stream. They canceled it on us, never reschedule it, never have another live stream. English version has this account data link error bullshit that they don't compensate for. Yeah, they'll compensate these crystals for this stupid banner thing that probably affected Japanese people as well. So that's like probably the only reason people got compensation. From what I understand, it's people that complained. So hey, if you did pull on that banner and you didn't get any crystals back, go and complain about it. You could probably get some free crystals. But if you're a whale out there and you didn't get free compensation, you don't end up getting free compensation, and you're a little bit insulted that people that are potentially free to play got hundreds of thousands of free crystals and you didn't, I would absolutely consider contacting my credit card company or my bank and charging back on any purchases that you made on this game and saying, fuck this shit, I'm out. But yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out of this video. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff if you like the video. Dislike if you dislike the video. I'm stealing Mudahar's outro. Peace.